up, we have Goldsource Mines. Ioannis Tsitos is joining us here out of Vancouver, I believe. So he's up early for you to present. And Ioannis, I really appreciate you joining us. And we are shareholders of Goldsource, so keep that in mind with everything we say and do. And quick reminder again, use the chat function for your questions, and also the interpretation function is available. Ioannis, please turn on your camera and your microphone, and we're good to go.
Yeah, we're going to talk about our project. Goldsource Mines controls a gold asset in Guyana in South America, and the project's called Eagle Mountain. Please spend some time to read all the cautionary statements, as we're making lots of forward-looking discussions here. All right, so in the span of this little time, I will try to give you a good flavor of Goldsource Mines, but also especially Eagle Mountain and Guyana. So I will start, this is the flow of my talk. I will start talking to you about management and the company, the board, and obviously a highly experienced operating team in Guyana. Give you a little bit of information about the company, the money in the bank, why we believe Guyana is one of the best jurisdictions out there for gold exploration and development as the only English-speaking country of South America. Talk about Eagle Mountain and the latest high-grade discoveries for the last 20 months, and of course the plan ahead and what type of milestones you should expect in our news releases in the coming 12 months. Talking about management and board, although a small, agile company, more than 150 years of experience are here within this page. So Eric Fear, our executive chairman, Eric is a mining engineer, one of the best probably I met in my career. He comes originally from Newman environment, but he's very well known around because of the success of Silvercrest Mines and now Silvercrest Metals, a stock that went from 15 cents about 5 years ago to 12 bucks now. So one of the most successful companies on TSX and TSXV combined. Eric is playing a significant role also in Goldsource, and Goldsource and Silvercrest Metals are effectively sister companies, having a couple of common directors, some common shareholders, but especially a common philosophy when it comes to bootstrap development of mining projects in different jurisdictions, of course. I'm coming from BHP environment. I've got 32 years experience. I'm a technical person in background as a geophysicist. I was with BHP 19 years, but I spent half of my career in business development and did most of the deals for the group on the global exploration front. I'm sitting on several other boards and audit committees, so I tend to say I know quite well this business, and especially Guyana, where I do business for about 20 years. My apologies for that. 20 years ago for the bauxite business of BHP. You can see the independent directors here, some very big names. Mr. Hodderly, VP Corporate Development of Wheaton Precious Metals. Drew Anwill, one of the most important engineers of developing the Detour Gold Mine in Ontario before the sale of Detour Gold to Kirkland last year for $3.3 billion. So we, beyond the management and the small team, I would say, agile team in Canada, we carry 34 people in Guyana. So we are one of these companies that values highly the local talent. We are very proud to say that our Guyanese team is 100% Guyanese. Even our exploration manager, who was originally British, now is Guyanese, living there. And therefore, even during the pandemic times, we had no problem to continue exploration outside of an initial 2 months break. So we carry on drilling at the moment with 3 rigs in Guyana on Eagle Mountain. All right, so here is the information about the company. It's a mature company. We are about $60 million capitalization group. We carry no debt. We have about in excess of $6 million in the bank. Last financing happened in April 2020. In the middle of the pandemic, we raised 6.5 million. We are spending on an annual budget of $4.2 million, about $300,000 a month. But as you see, we're still at 6 million because we see lots of warrants exercised every month because half of them are in the money already. So we've got some very nice suite of key shareholders. Mr. Sprott became a shareholder of 9% approximately last year in 2019. Very important for you to know also on the bottom at this page that we have achieved very high stock liquidity. We trade about 2.5 million shares per trading day in the last 100 days. So a lot of investors like us because of that fact that they can come in and out very quickly and they don't feel they are locked in the stock for long term if needed or warranted to exit. All right, let's speak a little bit about Guyana. Guyana, as I said, is the only English-speaking country of South America. It looks small on a map, but is the size of the United Kingdom. It carries small population, and it's one of the best regimes for mining. And that's because it lacks completely environmental or social opposition to mining. The biggest part of the GDP of Guyana comes from the extractive industries, and therefore the regime is fallen. It's a full democracy. It's a great place to do business, and as a part of the Commonwealth nation, so in terms of accounting, IFRS standards, and very a pleasure for us to consolidate the books and accounting front between our subsidiaries and the Canadian head office. Guyana has become a hot spot in 2020. We had a couple of M&A activities in the country. We see a significant entry by majors and Chinese, but most importantly, the infrastructure of this country is changing continuously because of massive discoveries of oil in 2015 by ExxonMobil. So Guyana, in about 5 years from now, will become the highest capital country per capita GDP in Americas, even higher than Canada and United States, just because of this oil development. When it comes to gold, of course, Guyana is the same metallogenic belt with the West African belt. So what you see in Ghana and Burkina Faso, you see the same type of rocks in Guyana, Suriname, and northern Brazil. And although you find 3 mines, for every 3 mines in Africa, you find 1 mine in South America, it shows you the potential for both greenfield exploration, but also development of the advanced projects. We are very proud to say that Eagle Mountain is the second biggest undeveloped gold resource in the country of Guyana as we stand at the moment. So we see a lot of attention from the government, but also from any other factors around, including competition. All right, so a quick page here on the resources. What you see on the bottom left picture is an historical resource of approximately 1 million ounces on surface. The average grade is 1.35 grams per ton at 0.5 grams cutoff. This came out in 2014. Since then, we have drilled, in addition to that 25,000 meters of that time, another 26,000 meters of drilling. So we are well due for the next milestone of the company, which will be an updated resource estimate. For the purpose, we are doing exploration the last 3 years all around Eagle Mountain, and we had some success. We had 3 discoveries announced in the last 20 months. I start with Salbora discovery to the top left. We drilled last 2019, we announced 69 meters at 6.5 grams per ton from 0 to 69 meters with a true width of 40 meters. The Salbora body now, after about almost 11,000 meters of drilling, we know it's a conic champagne-shaped body. It's much richer than the historical resource. It comes at 2.6 grams per ton average, and it's going to be the first pit when this goes to development or mining planning of the coming feasibility study. No doubt that Salbora pit will be the starting pit of this operation. Beyond Salbora, we discovered a couple of other high-grade bodies, and we keep drilling with 3 rigs to achieve our main milestone. which is building a critical mass of 1.3 to 1.6 million ounces just on surface, with about 40% of the resource in the soft rock, what we call saprolite. So low strip ratio operations, CIL down the line, with demonstrated recoveries in excess of 95%. So we target for a number of years to mine first saprolite as part of the pre-feasibility study that is ongoing, and move into the fresh rock at some later point. Here it is a map showing the concession we control, about 5,000 hectares, very close to infrastructure. You can pick up a truck from the capital, Georgetown, and drive to Eagle Mountain. You can fly VIP people or any people within to an airstrip that is 7 kilometers away of Eagle Mountain. We've got gensets operation there. We produce 1.3 megs. Of course, that has to be expanded when it comes to production. But at this stage, we feel that very little capital has to be spent on infrastructural projects. So the majority of the money will go towards the plant development and mining operation. Eagle Mountain is the purple area you see here, the historical million ounces. And as you see, we have discovered 6.5 kilometers of mineralized trend through different geology. This is a subvertical volcanics, typical shear-hosted greenstone geology, while the historical ore is on granodiorite. As you can see here on the right side, we operate with 3 rigs. 2 rigs are big-size diamond rigs, and the 3rd rig became just operational as we speak. Is a man-portable rig that will be used in the next 4 months for infill, significant infill drilling, therefore moving most of the indicated inferred resources into indicated. Very, very briefly here, you can see we drive, because we don't see much outcrop on surface, we drive our exploration through geophysics and lithologies from the drill cores. So we see structural trends trending north-south, and on the cross junctions of these trends with important north-east trending features, we see some development of mineralization like the Salbora body, the Pauish Tucan, and here on the southwest corner of this map, the historical Eagle Mountain deposit. We are developing, as we drill, continuously adding ounces into the portfolio. And as I said before, this is the biggest discovery we did. This is Salbora. You can see the amount of drilling we have done over the last 15 months. We know that this will be significant. Last slide, given the time that I've got very little here at the stand, Kai, yes, just to show you guys what catalysts you should expect in the next 12 to 18 months. Most importantly, an updated resource estimate. We were planning to issue this at the end of this year. We still believe we will do an interim before the end of the year, but because of COVID-19, we had some delays in bringing the 3rd rig into the operation for the infill, and therefore pushes this new resource estimate as a final PFS compliant one in the Q1 of 2021. Subsequent to that, of course, the feasibility study and the application for the big mining license. So please pay attention to our news releases, stay focused, and do some homework on Goldsource Mines. We have done it before. We will try, and we believe we will do it again to establish a new mine in a beautiful country called Guyana. Thank you.